All right, good day, everyone. Here's a look at your forecast for today across the region. I'm Chief Weather Analyst of Weather 225 here in the Weather 225 Storm Studios. We're your one-stop weather shop since 2015, and here's a look at what we've got for today. So we'll just get you through the forecast because it's going to be another warm and miserable one. So heads up, if you're a coach, if you're a district leader, and you're overseeing sports for the student athletes today, doesn't matter which level, if it's college all the way down to grade school, make sure that your athletes are staying hydrated. Take this heat seriously because today and tomorrow is going to be very hot out there. They've got extreme heat, and there will be some heat index values anywhere from 100 all the way up to maybe 115 across the area today. So please take it seriously. Same if you're working outside and you're in construction, yard work, or just doing anything that's physical outside today. Take care of yourself, stay hydrated, take breaks in the shade, and recognize heat safety. You can find those tips for heat safety and how to recognize heat-related illness on weather225.com. Head on over to the weather safety tab. Highs are going to range anywhere from 102 all the way to 106 today. It's going to be another miserable afternoon. Now, in terms of the rainfall potential today, there is going to be an additional shot for maybe a couple, strong to severe storms, in addition to scattered to isolated showers and thunderstorms. So take a look. It's currently in the lowest of the scale that we get from our system. And if you're new to our media, we got lots of new people, and we're so glad that you're tuning in here with us. Our scale's a little bit different. We don't do the traditional Storm Prediction Center scale, 1 through 5. We do it a little bit differently. We do 1 to 4, and that's not because there's anything wrong with that. We don't want anyone to think that we think, there's something wrong with that system or, whatever. This is our in-house algorithm that combines with the Storm Prediction Center outlook and the ingredients that are at play to kind of tell us where severe storms could occur and the likelihood. So there's a low risk that you can see here, and I forget I'm in the studio here. So, we've got the low end risk across the area today, mostly southwest Missouri, but it does clip a portion of northeast Oklahoma. But kind of like we saw yesterday, just because the boundary is located in these areas doesn't mean that there may not be a couple of storms that push a little bit stronger in areas elsewhere. So northeast Oklahoma, northwest Arkansas, southwest Missouri, there is a low end chance that a couple strong to severe storms may be possible. We're not talking high-end severe, but kind of like yesterday and some of our recent severe weather opportunities, I think we're going to have a handful of storms. Some could push a little bit stronger, maybe 45 to 55 mile per hour winds. We could see a couple boundaries that develop that may lead to additional storms. You may get 1 or 2 warnings. Of the 1 or 2 warnings, maybe one pushes a little bit stronger than 60 mile per hour winds, but it's not expected widespread or significant severe weather. So we'll keep an eye on it for today. Here's a look at the rain chances, and this is accounting for this morning. The rain chances will push further to the north by this afternoon. Combined rain from overnight and then into portions of today and tonight as well are showing that, notice outside of the southwest Missouri area that's highlighted, there's some rain chances across the coverage area entirely as well. So just be mindful today across the entire coverage area. There could be a couple scattered showers and thunderstorms. Not everyone's going to see rain today. Certainly not everyone's going to see severe weather, but we don't want you to think because it's highlighted to the north that only they're going to see rain. Just make sure that you're aware so you're not caught off guard with the evening commute, or if you're outside today, just keep an eye on that. Here's a look at for the morning commuters here after we get to this fire weather here, and I apologize. All of a sudden, mid-broadcast, I got an eyelash that is starting to poke my eye. Of course, right? So here's a look at what we got. The fire weather outlook, nothing highlighting today. That's some good news, but my concern is since we're getting into a drier pattern once again, once we get past the next 7 days, we'll have more on that with the extended outlook. There could be an issue. So no issues to talk about right now. But the Foghorns morning fog outlook, here's a look at what we got for the morning commuters today. Could be some patchy areas of some fog in northeast Oklahoma. Stillwater, notice it's a little bit into the darker shade of red, right around that 6 miles of reduced visibility. We're not expecting widespread dense fog activity, but there could be some patchy fog in portions of the coverage area from southwest Missouri, Oklahoma, and Arkansas. Not everyone's going to see it, but just be mindful. If you're close to a body of water, if your temperatures are a little bit cooler as well, you may see some patchy fog for the morning commute. Not everyone's going to see that activity, but we just want you to be aware of that. Huge shout out to Foghorns. Thank you so much to them for sponsoring our channel, and be sure to support them like they support us. They're located in Fayetteville, and with sports season here arriving soon with football and everything, perfect opportunity to go and check them out. They've got food and drinks, and their wings are awesome. I got to tell you, you got to check them out. And if you can't attend the game in person in the stadium, celebrate the game and watch with some Razorback fans, on game day, whether it's a home game or an away game. Perfect opportunity to get out there, watch some sports, and enjoy some good food. So bring yourself, bring your friends. Great opportunity to support them like they support us. So huge shout out to Foghorns, an Arkansas original since 2004. Coming up, we got to look at that extended forecast, and I'm going to see if I can get this eyelash out of my eye so I can make it through the show. All right, and here's a look at what we got with the extended temperature map, and you can see, unfortunately, still under a bullseye for maybe some extreme temperatures. So I have to be the bearer of bad news once again. Not only are the temperatures, rising pretty quickly today, but they're going to continue to do so over the next couple of weeks. This is the 8 to 14 day outlook. We're still looking pretty warm. Unfortunately, we're also looking pretty dry as well. So hopefully we see these things start to change. I will say there is some indications that maybe we'll start to see some cooler temperatures at some point towards the end of August, early September. But I want to just tell you, take that with a grain of salt, because long-range models, they flip-flop back and forth. You're going to probably see some things on social media as well. Nothing's guaranteed, but I am keeping an eye on it as well. But at least for the near term, we're not expecting any sort of changes with the summer heat. So the good news is, climatologically speaking, once we get closer to September, that's closer to October, temperatures, we're going to start to see those declines. So it'll be here before you know it, but it's not going to be super quick to get there, unfortunately. Next 7 days in Northwest Arkansas, triple digits between today and Wednesday. And then as we make our way into the weekend, temperatures right around the mid-90s. So at least it's going to be cooler, right? We got to get through some miserable heat as we make our way into the next week or so for many areas. Notice we're going to choose to ignore tomorrow's forecast for the River Valley, highs of 107. We got some extreme heat warnings to talk about. We'll have more on that here with the shows as we head tonight into tomorrow. But it is going to be very, very hot, not only in the River Valley, but also northeast Oklahoma. So if you've got any sort of plans to be outdoors the next couple of days, please take this heat seriously. Protect yourself. You're the number one priority. I know if you're doing any sort of work that's outside, you want to get it done, but you got to protect yourself, because you want to make sure that, you're not experiencing heat-related illness, because it can be a serious issue if you do encounter heat-related illnesses. Same with athletes. I know we want to push it. As a former as a former high school football bench warmer myself, I did play some games, but I usually joke as a starting bench warmer, in practice and stuff, you want to push yourself, but you don't want to push yourself too far in this heat, and you definitely want to stay hydrated. So please protect yourself. It's going to be miserable out there. So take it from me, the former high school, starting bench warmer for football. You want to protect yourself from the heat. So we like to have some fun around here. So, here's a look at what we've got. But also, we're serious, because obviously we want you to protect yourself from the heat. But here's a look at what we got with Southwest Missouri. Triple digits and even some upper 90s are expected. That's a look at your forecast. Thank you so much for tuning in. We're your one-stop weather shop for all things weather since 2015. And we'll let you know the latest on this heat. So if you want to support us, like, share, comment, and subscribe. Thank you so much for tuning in.